Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brandon and you're watching M.O.N.Comics. This week is a huge community mail call haul that I've just had. Some friends have sent stuff in. They heard some titles I liked and they really just wanted to be kind and kind of get me on that track. And then there's some older books that people thought I might like. And a thank you from my buddy Dan over at the Codex Station. But before I get into this, and actually I'm going to show off the only slab I purchased in the last couple of months because I've been on a super spending freeze in preparation for Terrificon, which is only a few weeks away. Before I get into this, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button. If you like this content, I would be so grateful if you subscribe. I just crossed 1,600 subs. It's mind-blowing every day that my sub count goes up. I appreciate you guys tuning in, hanging out, leaving comments, and leave me some comments on the books that I show today, if any of you are a fan of them. And I'll definitely link descriptions to any channels that sent me stuff down below so you guys could show them some love. And also this upcoming Saturday, I'll be on the Codex Station. It's a great group of creators that work together to put out some awesome content. I'll be on at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking comics. Then Uncle Gary himself is going to have his showcase this week. What's the showcase on? I'm not telling you. Come hang out in the chat and talk comics and watch Uncle Gary showcase some awesome stuff. So let's get into this quite big pile of community mail. All right, this first stack of books comes from my friend Will. He is in the chat as Billy Rod. You might see him commenting sometimes. He's been talking to me forever. Sent this nice letter, so I will read it. Hey Brandon, here are the Something is Killing the Children books, because he said he had some extras. I mentioned I would send, plus a couple extras. The Book of Slaughter is a good read and includes some additional lore on the different factions from the Something is Killing the Children's universe. I've been watching your channel since Mike from M.O.N.Comics first recommended you on one of his videos. I'm glad and honored to send you some books as a way to thank you for the content and help you providing and finding some trusted content and help you provide and finding some trusted sellers online. I bought a couple of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books from the one you mentioned, Chillectables on IG. Great seller. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to seeing what you pick up next. This means like he could just send this letter and it would make my day, because again, a goal of my channel when I started out was just to help people in my situation find some great online sellers. So mission accomplished. You enjoy my comment. Like this is enough, Will. Thank you. Will, signed Will. Don't have the best handwriting, so I hope you don't mind the typewriter. I can't. I have horrible handwriting. I will type every letter to everyone so that they can properly feel what I'm trying to convey. Oh, and let's go Ravens. He's a Ravens fan. I'm a Steelers fan. Yeah, huge rivalry. It's coming up again this football season. Good times. I will be sure to be watching with you, Will. So what did Will send me? He sent me, the first book is Something is Killing the Children, issue number 16. I actually have this, a couple different variant covers of this, which is great because I'm learning with some of these modern books with tons of variant covers. There's just so much to look at and enjoy. So this is issue 16 from 2021. The creative team on these is James Tinian, Deladera, and Muerto. This is the origin of Erica Slaughter and the first full appearance of Jessica Slaughter. Now, these are relatively new. People might not have read them yet, so I'm not going to go into detail about that. But it is pertinent to the story. I've talked about this book recently on my channel. I know that I'm like primarily a Silver and Bronze Age collector, but a modern story, I just love this story. I can't get enough of it. I'm about to delve into some other stories associated with this, which I'll show in this pile. So he also sent along a version variant of issue number 16 done by Jenny Frison. Now, I've seen her on other channels. People show her work, whether it's Collecting with Durs or Mark from Legion of Comics. A lot of people really love her art, and I see why. It's fantastic. So this is also just from 2021, and it's just a version variant of that issue 16. So just gorgeous. Those eyes, man, like she's just brings such life to this picture. So I love that this is great art and a fantastic story inside. Some people might just, there might be comics out there that you cover by just because the covers are beautiful and you don't really care about the stories inside, or vice versa. Maybe the cover's horrible, but the story's great. This is the complete package to me. So thanks for that one, Will. Okay, this one brings me back to my childhood with the foil goodness, but shows me how it can be done in a modern way, and it is just haunting cover. So this is issue number 31. It's not a key or anything. It's from 2023. It's the cover D foil, also by Jenny Frison. So just gorgeous, and she's showing her veins and the mask. You have to read the story, but I'll just tell you that the masks come in different colors, and they tell about the factions within the House of St. George, which does tie back to the original, House St. George versus the Dragon. So it's a marking of what part of the house she is and what their duties are within the house. Really well done. Just awesome. I mean, something to kill the children. The kids can only see the monsters. I'll give you that little hint if you haven't read it. Kids can only see it unless they have been given the gift of sight to see them when they're adults. And it brought me back to like when you're a kid, that imagination and stuff, just, for stuff that doesn't exist, and you pretend with your mind, and it goes away as you get older. Sometimes you can keep it, and sometimes you create stuff like this. So really beautiful cover. Thanks so much for that one, Will. And then the last book he sent me, which I'm really grateful for, it is issue number 1 of Book of Slaughter from 2022. This ties together threads from both the Slaughterverse universe. So that would be like Something is Killing the Children and House of Slaughter. So, and this is Book of Slaughter. So it's considered the Slaughterverse universe, if you will. So I have no idea what this is about. I just have been sitting on these. I didn't want to read them till I made my video, and then I could come back on it. But really beautiful cover. Again, the same creative team of Tinian, Deladera, and Muerto. So really excited to get into this. Will, I can't thank you enough, man, for your support and sending me these. You didn't have to do this. I really appreciate it, though, especially because it's a series I'm really taking a deep dive into, and it's just, I'm going to have to make a modern wall, I think, down below some of my other comics. So thanks, Will. All right, these next 2 books comes from my boy Chris Parker out in Buffalo, New York. Brandon, here's that DD book. I'm sure you'll be able to pull something out for a trade. I've got something on the way for him. Just wanted to get it into your hands. Happy to always talk comics, man. We'll do some picking soon. Here's to the next book. Chris P. Chris lives relatively close to me. I fully, this summer was been hyper-focused on saving for Terrificon, but I totally want to hang out with Chris next summer. There's a couple antique shows. Even if I have to go out to Buffalo to hang out with him, I absolutely will. We've talked comics on the back end a lot. The first book he sent me was Man-Thing, Volume 2, Issue number 3, written by Michael Fleischer, cover art by Bob Wycheck. I haven't gone after the second volume yet. I was going to make that a collecting goal for next year since I'm focused. I've completed volume 1. I have all those issues. I'm working on the Adventures into Fear. I only lack issues 13 and 19 from the Man-Thing story arcs, and then I'm going to go for the rest, 20 on to 31, I believe. But I'm going to make this a collecting goal for next year. But really great Man-Thing cover. If you've watched this channel at all, you know I'm a big Man-Thing fan. So thank you for that book, Chris. And the next one he sent me, my boy Daredevil. It's Daredevil issue 37 from 1968, written by Stan Lee, cover art by Gene Colan. This isn't a key or anything. It's just a classic Doom and Daredevil battle cover, and it is awesome. Really cool black background. There's some great Doom battle covers, and this is one of them in my mind. So thanks a lot, Chris. I got something coming for you, dude. I really appreciate your kindness, and I can't wait to hunt with you next summer. So these next 3 books, 2 are the same. They're just different covers. But I mentioned my coworker, buddy Brian, who recently got into collecting comics. Kind of very much like an origin story like me. He collected Magic the Gathering, just kind of got sick of it and the cash grab that Hasbro is, and started diving into comics. And when I went out to Albany and hunted comics with Mike from Lunch Money Comics, I got Brian a X-Men 221 first appearance of Mr. Sinister. It was graded. It was his first graded book. I just said, here, I wanted you to have that. Yeah, it was from Reno's Collectibles. It was a really great deal. It was cheaper than the cost of slabbing the book. So I just wanted to give it to him to say I appreciate having a friend hyper local that collects now that I can talk to. And he came in one day and just plopped the Gemini on my desk and he said, I got you back. So he was paying attention. He followed the assignment. But this is, I know, X-Men number 166 from 1983, written by Chris Claremont, cover art by Paul Smith. This is the first appearance of Lockheed. Everyone, sorry, not everyone. You might not know I'm trying to collect all the first appearances of the Marvel Dragons. I will put the list, I'll put it right here, of what I have versus what I need. I'm just down to 3 now with this and the other one he sent me. But Dragon Lockheed, he's a companion, a longtime companion of Kitty Pryde, who you can see on the cover right there. So yeah, very grateful, Brian, if you watch this. Thanks so much, man, for helping to add to my run. I was focused on collecting a Terrificon. The ones that I have left, excluding Grog the Dragon, aren't that pricey. So I think I have 3 or 4. You saw it on the list. So he got me X-Men 166, and then he also got me Tony Stark, Iron Man, number 12 from 2019, written by Gail Simone, cover art by Alexander Lozano. This is the first appearance of the dragon Sadurang, which was awakened by the dark elf Malekith to try to take down Tony Stark. Look at that cover of the dragon just raining fire down on Iron Man. Just really awesome. So yeah, first appearance of Sadurang, and then this is a variant cover showing the dragon, and then he also got me the regular version. So same story, just different covers. So thanks, Brian. Really nice to have someone to talk comics and hunt comics with locally. So yeah, just down to a few of the Marvel Dragons. Okay, this last batch of books and original art comes from my buddy Dan Kelly. He is a member of the Codex Comic Station. He won my big giveaway that I did when I was helping promote Lettuce Comics channel. Again, this community is just mind-blowing. You'll just come home and there'll be a box on your porch and you're like, well, who's this from, you know? And this was from Dan, so I'm going to read the letter and I'll ask him if he wants me to edit it out later. But it's a really kind letter. I've already read it through. So, dear Brandon, thank you again for running the contest. I still can't believe I actually won. I never win either, dude. It's amazing the way you helped Hagen grow his channel. There's so much negativity in the world right now, and we need more people like you who will step up and help someone just for the sake of doing something good. That means a lot. Thanks, dude. I decided to put together a few things to send you to say thank you. I know you recently got into Something is Killing the Children. I have. So I included the 8th print of the first issue, which I already had, but I did that in a giveaway on my last Big 5 Live. So thank you for this fresh one, Dan. It was given out by stores if you bought the first 2 issues of Berserker and had an insert for the foil edition issue 1. I also included the free comic book day preview of the spin-off series House of Slaughter and the first issue of another great series James Tynion wrote, Nice House on the Lake, and I've heard great things about that. Since I know you like horror books, I found this issue of Frankenstein from 1970s Marvel I thought you might like. I do. And I remember you saying in one of your videos you were collecting Forbidden Worlds. I am. So I included an issue I found of it. And since Man-Thing is your favorite character, I did this drawing of him for you. I hope you like it. I love it, and I will show it in a second. I hope you enjoy the book, so if there's anything here you already have, feel free to use it in a future giveaway or trade. It was a lot of fun having you and Hagen on some of the Codex shows with us, and I look forward to you being on again. Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be there. So, Dan, thank you for the kind letter. Like you said, Something is Killing the Children, 8th print, issue 1. Again, I love this cover. I'm going to get the first print of Something is Killing the Children issue 1 at some point, but it's got one of the monsters that she faces off against in the chainsaw blade. This reminds me of Hulk 340, where Wolverine's got the claws out and Hulk's in the blade, but just Something's Killing the Children version. So thank you for that. This was the free comic book day, Enter the House of Slaughter. So free comic book day 2021. Really excited to get into that and learn a little bit more about the House of Slaughter. And then this one. So creative team of James Tynion IV, Alvaro Martinez Bueno, and Jordi Belair. It is The Nice House on the Lake, #1 from 2021. This story has to do with the end of the world. I've read a little bit of the Cliff Notes, and I'm very excited to get into it. It's some haunting art. I know, one Silver Age book, folks. I know, it's crazy, but Dan, thank you. I appreciate you injecting this into my comic reading. And he did find a Frankenstein monster. This is a fantastic cover, just really bursting out of the page. From 1974, written by Stan Lee and Doug Munch, penciled by Steve Ditko and Val Mayrick, cover art by Ernie Chan and Ron Wilson. Not a key or anything, just a great Frankenstein book. So thanks for that, Dan. And the last book he sent is a rather obscure title that I enjoy collecting. It just reminds me of the Golden Age, kind of. But Forbidden Worlds, #139 from October of 1968, written by Rob Standish and cover art by Kurt Schaffenberger. So Kurt Schaffenberger was a cover artist. He did a bunch of these. But if you look on the cover, it says Lou Wall. That was his alias when he wrote for this title, because this is from American comic groups, but he was moonlighting writing this title. He actually was writing for DC at the time. So very cool. His main job at DC was drawing Lois Lane. So I just love comic stories like that where someone was double dipping but didn't want to get in trouble, so they just made up an alias. So really awesome Silver Age book right there. And the last thing he sent, which is by far my favorite thing because he drew it. He's a very accomplished artist. Definitely check him out on the Codex Station, but he gave me a drawing of my man, Ted. Yeah, so thanks, Dan. This is great. Huge special thanks to the community. I've had these books for like a month now. I'm so sorry that I didn't make a video to properly thank you, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being so kind and helping me on my runs. I have all your addresses now, and I am becoming the postmaster, if you will. So I'll be sending you guys something to thank you, but really awesome. Just, I'm grateful. I'm overwhelmed. This is just amazing. So thanks for helping me add to my collection. Let me show you the one slab I got that is pretty pertinent to this week. Okay, so I have not been buying slab comics at all. I've just been really saving for Terrificon. I really want to go there, and there's a couple books on my radar that I want to get. But this one came up in a show a while ago. Mike from M.O.N.Comics was doing a show on Whatnot with his friend Magic Geeks. And they were doing an X-Men 97 finale show where they were doing a ton of X-Men giveaways, selling a ton of X-Men books. And I saw this in the Buy It Now. And I threw out an offer. I looked up the fair market value because it was in Buy It Now. And I threw up just a little below fair market value, and they accepted it. And I love this character. I don't know many people that don't love this character. My wife and I went to the first 2 movies of this character before we had kids. And my wife goes to all, before we had kids, we went to every Marvel movie. We were there opening night, midnight showings. It was like a bonding thing because I knew the characters from the comics. She knew them from the cards. She had the Marvel cards growing up as a kid. She's a big X-Men fan. And but this one we really bonded over because it's something, and I think you'll all understand. It's a very different comic book realm as far as just, how gory it was, how crass it was with the language, but I thought I'd commemorate. Now I got this. This is, this book, it might go up because of the movie, but I got to commemorate a great character that's coming out. And tomorrow, I'm filming this video on Wednesday. I have tickets for the 3 o'clock showing. So my wife and I got a sitter for 3 hours, which never happens, but I was able to pick up New Mutants 98. Hello, M.O.N.Comics editor here. First appearance of Deadpool. I had to chop out and edit because I said Daredevil because I've got my Daredevil 1 on the mind for some reason and really tired making this video. I wasn't sure I was going to get it out this week, but it is the first appearance of Deadpool in a newsstand edition. Wade Wilson, Gideon and Copycat, Vanessa Carlyle as Domino, and Richter leaves the New Mutants. So this is Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nicieza story. Rob Liefeld cover and art. I'm not a huge Liefeld fan. Like, admittedly not. Like, I don't even think Deadpool is drawn great. I think the characters around Deadpool are drawn better. Like Copycat, aka Domino, and Gideon and Cable. But just to have this, Deadpool has been a pop cultural phenomenon that's it has brought him into the cultural zeitgeist for everyone, as opposed to the people that just knew him from the comics through his movies. Let's face it, when he wasn't with Marvel, he was with Fox, and they're putting out his movies, they just exploded. And I'm sure I've avoided spoilers. I've stayed off any kind of sites. I'm sure this one is going to be just as good, or hoping. So I definitely wanted to have his first appearance. Now, it is a CGC 5.5, but it's a pretty good looking 5.5, right? I was buying the book, not the grade. But if you turn it over, you see somehow it's missing this big chunk. That took a big pop off the grade. If I had to guess, I see no spine ticks. A little bit of color breaking down here on the corner. You can see it right there if I get it right. But other than that, it's a very clean book. I would guess without that in the back, this would probably be an 8.0 if it didn't have that on the back. But again, I got it for a great price. I don't have to have, some people are like, oh, I like my Copper Age books, in a 9.6 at least, or 9. That's not me. I just want to own the book. I can read it online. Maybe I'll get a raw copy someday, but it's just, whether you like Liefeld or not, it's an iconic cover with a big first appearance of someone who's become very culturally relevant. And I'm a fan of Deadpool. When I saw Deadpool in X-Men Origins Wolverine, I got excited because I did know the history of Deadpool. I did know he was a smart aleck. Hello, M.O.N.Comics editor here. I was really too excited showing off that slab that I forgot to mention that it was really Ed McGuinness in 1997 who wrote Deadpool's first ongoing series, where he really brought the humor and the fourth wall breaks and fleshed out the character into the Deadpool we know and love today, and I definitely thought that was worth noting. This is Thursday, so the video drops tomorrow, but I just saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and it was everything I wanted and way more. So I hope everyone who gets to see it soon avoid spoilers and has just an amazing time. So back to the video. I did know, what he could be capable of. And I think all of us just did the proverbial all at the same time head slap when they sewed his mouth shut and made him not Deadpool at all at the end. And so it's nice that Ryan Reynolds championed to get this movie out. He is amazing. Hugh Jackman is a great Wolverine, and I can't wait to watch this tomorrow. So yeah, the only slab I got in the last couple months, and the only slab I'm going to get until Terrificon was New Mutants 98. Really excited to add this into the collection. All right, my friends, another week down, another video down. I might take next week off. I have not taken a week off from YouTube since I started almost a year and a half ago. I might just take a week off to reset and just prepare for Terrificon and just hang out with my family for a bit. It does take some time to create content. We do it because we love it, and we do it because you guys are so awesome to us in the chat and the comments and then showing up for stuff. So it means a lot to us, but sometimes everyone has to take a break. So I probably will take a break next week. But be sure to check out the Codex channel Saturday at 9 p.m. It's going to be an awesome show. Those guys are a wellspring of comic knowledge and fun to hang out with, just great guys. So I hope you guys all have a great, safe weekend. I hope you get to see Deadpool and Wolverine. Until next time, keep reading those comics.